Today we're talking about out of order. And a lot of times there are things in our life that get out of order so easily. I don't know if you've ever seen this sign, perhaps on a toilet, when you're going to the restroom, it says out of order on the stall, perhaps on a vending machine. It'll say out of order and you can't get anything from it. Perhaps you've seen this, perhaps maybe not as a sign, but maybe your computer, all of a sudden the blue screen of death on your computer. And when you see that blue screen, everything is out of order. Or perhaps on your phone, something's not working, there's a glitch, and your phone is out of order. Either way, we know this sign, we know what it means, and we have it expressed in other ways. When something doesn't work, it's out of order in our life. Now, when we look at something and see out of order, we also got to realize it was once in order. There was once a time when this thing was working. It cannot get out of order if it wasn't in order to begin with. Then it would just simply be creation, getting into order. And speaking of that, we look at our God, and our God is a God of order. He is an organized God. He puts things together. And when you look and go into creation, just going into Genesis 1, you see that. It says that the earth was formless and without void. And when you start looking into the words that are there, the Hebrew words, there's a word that comes up, chaos. Chaos. Some interpret it that it was chaos. And they say, and I believe this is an accurate thing, that God moves things from chaos into order. And that was done in very creation itself. That He took things that were chaotic, formless, void, and from it He made order. And we see that God is a God of order. You go all throughout the Bible, you see that happening. You look at Moses, you look at how Moses ordered things. There's a principle that is called the Exodus 18 principle. If you want to know where to find that, it's exactly in the title, Exodus 18. So in there is a principle of delegation. And they call it the Exodus 18 principle because this is where Moses' father-in-law came to Moses and said, hey, it's not good the way you're doing things. You need to, in a sense, reorder stuff. You need to delegate. You see that the law comes, and then this was also order. There was an order that God put into place there. Now, all of us can get carried away into a place of order, and it can become disorder. You even look at the Pharisees. The Pharisees were all about their order, the way that things should be, the way that things ought to be. And what happens, they lost the spirit of the law. They lost the spirit that was behind the implementation of these rules and regulations. And they really got out of order by getting so much into order. Now that's a little bit confusing right there, and I understand that. And we'll touch on it a little bit more as we keep going. But there's so many things that get out of order in our life. And how about just even priorities? Priorities can get out of order so easily. And I don't want to say that priorities got out of order in this situation, but just look at even going back to creation. When God created the world, did He create the earth for the earth's sake, or did He create the earth for people's sake? Now, that might be a question some wonder. Some of those that are real activists, you might be thinking, well, it's the earth, it's Mother Nature, and I'm not going to take away anything necessarily from that. However, I am going to put more on this, that I believe that God made it for people. And I believe because it's for people, the earth is important. But I believe the earth was made for people. Jesus died for us, for people. We were the joy, and we are the joy that is set before God, that He went to the cross to die for us because He was retrieving us to redeem us back. But going back to creation, God made from chaos, He made order. He put everything into place in this earth. He made the light, He made the moon, the stars, the water, the land, and everything, put everything into place, all the animals. And then Adam was there. And when He saw Adam, there was a statement that's made in Genesis and said that it is not good for man to be alone. There was something that he thought and that he saw there, said, no, there's something that we need to reorder right now. We need to put an order in for woman because there's something incomplete about the man. The man should not be alone. There should be a woman here. And thus there was Adam and Eve. And then you have the devil come on the scene. And what did he do? Just remember this. God goes from chaos to order, but the devil goes from order to chaos. From order to chaos. Think about how many times we just say that we sabotage things in our own life. And it's because things are going good, they're in order, and then they go to chaos. And that's the devil's way. That's the devil's plan. But God's plan, again, is to bring things that are a mess. So in one sense, if you're in a place right now where things are a mess, there's hope. God is the one who can get His hands into those things and deal with them and change what seems chaotic and bring order out of chaos. And it might seem impossible right now to your mind or to your heart, but that's what He does. He is the expert, the master. There's no one on earth that knows how to do it better than God. I mean, that's the understatement of the universe right there, right? That He created the human being. Think about the order of your own body. He put everything into place. And so God is just an expert at this thing, at organization, at order, and this is what God does.